Hi folks, Pyrostories. One of our very good friends in the firework industry recommended us to do a display at an army barracks, a place not too very far away from here. We went to do the site visit, as we always do, and had a conversation, a meeting with the gentleman who was in charge of organising the party. It was their sort of annual bash, and it was a very big, very swanky affair. And we went to see the barracks. Very nice place. We saw the sort of the officers' mess, as it is. I don't know if it's called that now, but you can imagine. Very nicely organised. Lots of regimental pictures and paintings up. And we met the gentleman. He was very smart, very intelligent guy. He was in the army, very tidily organised and what have you. And one of the questions that always comes up on a site visit is about noise. And we fire at multiple venues where we have very tight noise constraints, which we can still do very creative things and make it very colourful. But what we want to make it bangy and loud, because we like bangy and loud. That's why we do fireworks, because fireworks are bangy and loud. And we like that. That's wonderful. So we said, as part of the meeting, are there any noise restrictions? No noise restrictions at all. I said, are you sure about that? You absolutely sure? Now, I've got to point out here that the firing area we were using was only big enough for cakes. So literally nothing bigger than what you're looking at here. Granted, the material that we're using was category 4, but there's often a misconception that category 4 is bigger and louder. It tends not to be. It's just cheaper because it's not licensed and legal like this gear is, because this is all tested. Whereas the category 4 stuff isn't, because it falls under our insurance, not the manufacturer's. That's probably a video for another day. However, what I'm getting at is the fireworks we're talking about using are no larger in the main than ordinary retail fireworks. We're not using shells. This is the point I'm getting at. And obviously we never use rockets on displays. So the gentleman said, are there any noise restrictions? No noise restrictions at all. Are you sure? And he looked at me as if to say, you don't know what we do here, do you? And then went on to explain that they shoulder launch rocket-propelled grenades. They have rocket launchers. They have artillery firing. He said out on the ranges we fire. And he went on to name a huge range of guns and bits and pieces that they fired. Now, some people would know exactly what he was talking about, and I just stood there going, yeah. Oh yeah, one of those. Oh yeah, I've got one of those in my attic. Not a clue. He was very happy with the fact that nothing we could do would be louder than anything that they were to do. Right, okay, no concerns. So, on the night, I think four or five of us arrived, set the display up, all nice, lovely, wonderful, all organised, brilliant. And I went and stood at the back with the camera. One of the guys who works for me fired the display, did a brilliant job, thank you very much. I might get him on to do one of the videos pretty soon. You know what I'm talking about. We'll have you sat here soon. So, we fired the display. It was their end of year ball or middle year ball or whatever. So all the gentlemen were in immaculate dress uniform. Ladies were dressed beautifully, but the gentlemen particularly, they were all in starch collars, and you could tell they were pretty much all wearing effectively corsets, because they were something like this, and they all spent the evening standing like this, which we thought was quite funny because we were just wearing scruffy firework gear. We got halfway through the display, bit of smoke, but still a very nice display, very pretty sections and some loud sections, some pretty sections, some loud sections, and then the finale, which we'd pre-planned, which we'd speeded up, which is something you can't do with the retail stuff, but we'd fused it accordingly. We had ramped up the finale because they said there were no noise restrictions. We loved it. Anyway, as the display finished, I'm starting to pack up the camera gear, and the guy I'd met weeks before at this was sprinting past me. And I shouted after him, is everything all right? And he shouted back, yeah, I just need to go and make sure my dog's not ripped my apartment to pieces. You're thinking you're in an environment where you've got live arms fire in the daytime, and you're not worried about your dog, you're not worried about the dog. The big fireworks shop turn up and do a full noise display, and suddenly you're concerned that your dog's destroyed your apartment. I just thought that was so funny. So that's tonight's pyro story, and I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.